and welcome to another Mumdays video. The first thing you might realise is that I'm not at home. No, I'm not. I have an event today. I had an event earlier in Tunbridge Wells. Tonight I've got one in Canterbury. So I'm at a hotel in Tunbridge Wells called One Warwick Park. It's very fancy. There's a bed in my room. That's always fancy, isn't it? But the thought was that I've got a 5-hour gap where I'm not travelling or doing anything. So it's just nice for me to have a base, probably have a nap. I've got a lot of work to do as well. So that's the plan this afternoon. And I thought while I'm here, I would just sit down in front of this nice big window. So probably light's going to be all over the place during this. I apologise. And talk about my first trimester. Seeing as I'm now in the second trimester, I can look back at it. So first things first, if people don't know, I am pregnant. I'm carrying my third child. And I found out that I was pregnant right at the start of January. It turns out that I was pregnant the whole way through the Christmasaurus when we were performing that. I didn't know. In the beginning of January, I was really cold in the house and everyone else was absolutely fine. I just was very cold. I had sort of a t-shirt on and a hoodie and was under a blanket and just very cold. And I can just remember thinking to myself, well, that's weird. That's what I used to be like when I was pregnant with Buddy. And then there was that moment of like, oh, what day am I on in my cycle? And then I realised I was on day 37 of my cycle. I thought, oh, that's weird. And because I have suffered with PCOS in the past, and I'd been eating so much sugar during Christmas, like a ridiculous amount of sugar. I just thought that my PCOS was flaring up again and that my cycle had gone AWOL as a result. And but regardless, I thought, well, I've got a pregnancy test, might as well pee on that. I do love to pee on any stick, not, you know, ones that they find in the garden, just, you know, the pregnancy ones or ovulation ones. They're the only ones I would recommend peeing on, just FYI. But I did a pregnancy test and I literally cannot tell you how shocked I was when it came back pregnant. And I don't get the line ones. I can't be fanning around with those. I can't deal with the vagueness that seems to sometimes come from the two lines. So I go for digital, pregnant or not pregnant. I need it spelled out. So I literally just stood looking at it for a very long time, just in complete shock. It was unexpected in that moment, but we've always known that we were going to expand our family, so it's no real shock. It was just in that moment, it was quite a shock that it had happened without us trying, after, you know, miscarriage with Buzz and then really trying to fall pregnant with Buzz. So just a real big shock, a happy shock. And slowly over the last few weeks and months it's been sinking in, and it's been really difficult this time around not to say anything, just because there have been some big things planned for this year that I've had to kind of rejig a bit. First things first, I was meant to be cycling around a velodrome with Bradley Wiggins. It was meant to be me on that bike, I mean, competing with Bradley. To be honest, at first I was in such shock. I was like, well, of course I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. I'm only pregnant. I can do that. And then luckily, a couple of weeks before, I was looking at the velodrome that we went to. They have some terms and conditions and safety and health and safety stuff. And it says that pregnant women can't go to the velodrome. And then that kind of just made me go, well, obviously I shouldn't, because I don't ride bikes. That's a given. Me on a bike, I can't remember the last time I was on a bike. So perhaps me in a slopey velodrome with Sir Bradley Wiggins isn't the best idea. So we had to rejig that, and obviously that's really difficult because my management knew, but they couldn't say to people why I couldn't do it. And then obviously the trek to Transylvania I was meant to be doing, and then had to pull out of that. That has been a real gut-wrenching thing to pull out of, to be honest. I was, you know, I've been named ambassador for the treks. I'm a patron of Copperfield now, and to pull out of the first trek that has me in that role was really tough. But Tom is now the captain, and one of the captains, and Lisa Snowden is the other. And the Oman trip meant so much to me last year that I just love the trek. I love the fact that it's all different people coming together, and just, you know, there's no technology, there's nothing other than walking or climbing or whatever you're doing, and it's just so therapeutic and so humbling and so life affirming. And I was just really gutted. Well, gutted, but obviously in a good way, because I'm having a baby. But I just felt sad that I was letting Copperfield down, essentially. So anyway, how have I been feeling in the first trimester? Obviously, I've said cold, very, very cold. I've warmed up a bit now, but yeah, I mean, I'm at home regularly in a blanket, although we have had all that snow, so that's also why. I've had a lot of headaches, whereas usually I probably don't drink enough, but my body just sort of copes. When I'm pregnant, my body is literally sort of saying to me, drink more water, because I get headaches and stuff. So I really need to keep on top of my water intake. It's really important, just for me, because I get headaches. That's not advice, that's me telling myself that. How else have I been feeling? Bloated, very, very heavy. Like literally, I remember, I don't even know why I started doing it, but when I was around 7 or 8 weeks, because we're going on holiday in a couple of months, I thought, or a month or so, I thought I should try on some clothes to see what I would fit. I thought, you know, I'd just see if there's much space already and if that'll work. And I was literally trying on clothes, just thinking to myself, I've got no idea how I'm going to keep this pregnancy a secret for another week, let alone another month or so. Quite tricky. It turns out third time round, it's kind of like Buddy as well. It just shows, it just, you know, your body knows what it's doing, it just wants to go out straight away. With Buzz, we could keep it quiet until 19 weeks. I think Buddy was 14, and actually it's 14 weeks now with Buddy, but literally I've just not been able to keep it in, like keep it hidden. It was just so bloated, and to be honest, it did go down a little bit because I was really worried at 7 to 8 weeks. I was googling it, and it turns out that loads of other people have googled it as well, so it's absolutely fine. But yeah, I just felt very pregnant straight away. The other weird thing that's been happening is that I've had dry lips, but obviously that's the weather, could be linked to the dehydration, but also my hands, I put lotion on it so you can't see it, but literally my fingers and my hands have been so dry, like dry and just like peeling, like skin has literally been falling off of them. It's been really bad actually. And while I was doing the all the challenges in January, one day it was tie-dye, and I didn't realise that I was meant to be wearing gloves, so I did the tie-dye, and all the dye, it would come off the rest of my hand eventually, but it just sat in my dry bits, in these creases, and it just wouldn't come off. It was so raw underneath and so red and painful that I, not because of tie-dye, because that's just how it was, and I just literally had to leave my hands green and blue and stuff because I just couldn't face scrubbing it off because it hurt so much. Morning sickness wise, I've not actually been sick. I haven't with Buzz and Buddy either actually, but I have felt sick. So there are just moments where I just like, and I've felt myself having to go breathe because it just comes on really quickly, and I've just had to breathe breathe it away. There are certain times, and this actually only started with, I didn't have it with Buzz, but I did have it with Buddy, and interestingly I have it again. If I'm in a car and I'm looking at my phone, I will feel car sick, and I don't have that when I'm not pregnant. That's just something that clearly happens when I'm pregnant. And if a driver in a car is using their brake or their accelerator really erratically, then that just makes me feel sick. I have literally been sat in the back of the car like breathing deeply trying to get myself through it. I even had a guy the other day who was just a bad driver, to be honest. He was using the accelerator. You know how you're just meant to slowly put your foot down on the accelerator and it just kind of, you know, keep your foot steady. This guy on like a 50-mile-an-hour road, no one in front of us was doing that the whole way. Oh my gosh, he's lucky I wasn't sick on his head. And I guess the last thing that I've really experienced in the first trimester is tiredness. I have felt so tired. Many a time I'm meant to be writing, and actually I have snuck away either to the sofa or to Buzz's bed. I don't know why I do it. I go to Buzz's bed. It's like if it's not my bed then it doesn't count, but it still counts. And I kind of curl up and I have a little nap. Sometimes half an hour makes me feel so much better. But yeah, the first trimester I definitely needed those naps. I was feeling very, very tired. Many times me and Tom would start an episode of Peaky Blinders and halfway through I'd say, look, I'm so sorry, but can we watch the other half tomorrow? One night I did say to him, can we just pause it and I'll have a 5-minute nap and then we can watch the rest. I don't think we ended up watching the rest of it that night, but don't worry, we have actually finished Peaky Blinders now, so don't worry about us, we're fine. And actually last week I ended up with a tummy bug. I actually thought something was wrong with the baby because I've never experienced pain in my tummy like it. And actually it was all over, and literally just touching it just ever so slightly just caused me unbearable pain. So I was actually worried that something was wrong, but it turns out that it was a tummy bug. I mean, yeah, so Buddy had been sick a couple of nights before, and everyone else, I didn't even put 2 and 2 together. It was only when Buzz was then sick over Tom that I was like, oh, wait a minute, I've got a tummy bug. We've all got tummy bugs. Oh, that's fine. So that lasted for about a week, actually. But that's gone now, and I'm feeling good. It feels like the bug left, the tiredness left, and now I'm feeling really, really good. So it literally is like that. The apps will say, oh, you'll start to feel better soon. I remember it saying that at the start of week 13 and me being like, no, I don't. But actually, by the end of week 13, I have sort of started to feel good. That's enough of me blabbing on, but if you've enjoyed me giving you a little update on the first trimester and on the pregnancy, then please comment below and please let me know that you like them, and I'll do some more videos like this throughout the pregnancy. And I'm sure we'll do Q&As along the way and things like that. Yeah, I'll just keep you updated. It's fun. I can't believe I'm pregnant again. And so before I go, I just want to say thank you so much for all the lovely messages and comments that you've left saying congratulations. We are absolutely thrilled, and it's so lovely to feel your love. So thank you so much. Right, that's it from me. I shall see you later.
We
Bye.
are here on this very earth to love and to be loved.